Whether you think you can, or you think you can't, you're right. Henry Ford. Most people never realize that their entire life is being silently scripted. Not by their parents, not by their circumstances, but by their beliefs. The quiet little voices in your mind. I'm not good enough. I always mess up. Success isn't for people like me. They aren't facts. They're programs. Questions. Seeds planted in childhood, watered by failure, grown in the dark by doubt. And now they silently dictate what you're capable of, how high you can climb, how much you can earn, who you can love, and whether or not you ever feel truly fulfilled. Welcome to the most powerful war you'll ever fight, the war between faith and doubt. And here's the twist. It's never out there. The battlefield's inside your own mind. So buckle up, because today on Wisdom Foundry, we're diving deep into how your beliefs are secretly controlling your entire life, and how to take back the controls. Most people live 90% of their lives on autopilot, chasing goals that aren't even theirs. But what if you could rewire your mind like Edison, Carnegie, or Ford? What if you could unlock the hidden power of your thoughts, the way the greatest minds in history did? Welcome to Wisdom Foundry, the place where timeless philosophy meets modern neuroscience, and motivation becomes transformation. Every day, we decode the secrets of success, using ancient wisdom, psychology, and science to help you break free of fear, spark massive action, and build a life by design. So if you're ready to stop living in fear, tap into your highest self, and build unstoppable momentum. Speaking Head, subscribe to Wisdom Foundry now. Your future is waiting. Chapter 1. The programming no one warned you about. Have you ever asked yourself why you can't seem to break through? You do everything right. You read the books. You watch the videos. You write the goals. Yet something invisible seems to push you back. That invisible force is called belief programming. According to neuroscience, by the time you are 7 years old, your subconscious mind has already absorbed the vast majority of the beliefs that will run your adult life. Think about that. You're walking around in a 30-year-old body, with a 7-year-old's inner script calling the shots. Your subconscious mind doesn't care if a belief is true, it only cares if it's familiar. Dr. Joe Dispenza. Let that sink in. If your environment fed you messages like, money is evil, life is hard, you're not smart, then guess what? Those programs became operating systems. Not usually loud ones, but tricky, quiet, default filters that shape how you see opportunity, effort, relationships, risk. It's the core reason high performers obsess over mindset. Because they know mastery isn't just strategy. It's identifying the beliefs hiding under the surface and rewriting them. Chapter 2. Faith and Doubt. The unseen tug-of-war. Let's redefine faith and doubt. Faith is not just religious. It's emotional certainty in things unseen. When you believe without proof and act like it's already true, that's faith. Doubt, on the other hand, is emotional paralysis. It's indecision wearing the mask of logic. They're polar opposites, but they're not equal. Doubt kills more dreams than failure ever will. Susie Kassem. Every decision you make is a battle between faith and doubt. Every moment, one is winning. Do I take the leap and start that business? Faith says yes. Do I pitch the big client? Doubt whispers, you're not ready. Here's the twist. According to behavioral psychologists, the brain is wired to favor familiarity over growth. So unless you consciously update your beliefs, you're hardwired to hesitate, to shrink, to doubt. And in that tiny pause, that split second of uncertainty, your potential dies. This is why belief isn't just some woo-woo mindset tip. It's the root from which all behavior grows. Chapter 3. Neuroplasticity, the science of belief rewiring. Let's talk brain science. Once thought to be fixed after childhood, your brain is actually malleable, adaptive, reprogrammable. Thanks to neuroplasticity, you can physically rewire your neural circuits through repetition, emotion, and focus. Remember Pavlov's dogs? Ring a bell, give a reward, and eventually, they salivate to the bell alone. That's associative conditioning. You're the same. Your brain links emotions to thoughts, then hardwires them through repetition into belief systems. For example, failure plus pain equals, I'm a failure. Money stress plus parents arguing equals, money brings chaos. But here's the beauty. Neurons that fire together, wire together. But neurons that fire apart, wire apart. Donald Hebbian theory. Which means you can separate old associations and create new, empowering ones. You can fire a new idea so often, so vividly, that the old wiring begins to rot. This is where affirmations, visualization, and journaling tap into real neuroscience, not just wishful thinking. Faith, the belief in what doesn't yet exist, is not fantasy. It's a neural blueprint for a future reality. Chapter 4. 3 Faith versus Doubt Story Arcs That Will Change You. 1. Oprah Winfrey, from traumatized child to global icon. Born into poverty, sexually abused by relatives, repeatedly told she talked too much to ever succeed. Oprah could have drowned in self-doubt. But even as a child, she held on to a radical belief: I was meant for more. Create the highest, grandest vision for your life, because you become what you believe. Oprah. And despite every setback, she acted from faith. She kept that mental image alive. One local gig turned national. One interview turned into a platform. One belief, I am worthy, rewrote decades of trauma. 2. Dr. Joe Dispenza, rebuilding the body through belief. Hit by an SUV during a triathlon, doctors told Dispenza he'd never walk again. Spine shattered. Doubt. Everyone around him had it. But instead of surgery, he visualized every bone healing, hour after hour, day after day. He used his mind, faith, to reprogram his body. 9 weeks later, he walked out. Think of that. Intentional belief overpowered medical prediction. 3. The Wright brothers, flying into the impossible. In an age of trains and horses, 2 bicycle mechanics believed they could put humans in the sky. They didn't have degrees, wealth, or support, but they had faith in invisible design. Everyone laughed, until the first airplane lifted off. Doubt sees what is. Faith chooses what could be. You are the Wright brothers of your own life. Whatever dream you haven't launched, it's waiting for you to believe it's possible. Chapter 5. How to rewire your beliefs, step by step. It's not enough to remove limiting beliefs. You must replace them. Here's how the most successful people rewire. 1. Identify the core doubt. Write down a challenge you're facing. Ask, what belief do I have about myself that's keeping me stuck? Example, I'm not good enough to lead a team. Now challenge it. Is this fact or programming? 2. Interrupt the pattern. Every time you catch the doubt, interrupt it. Not with fake positivity, but with evidence of your past wins. Say, that's not true. I led that project last year and crushed it. 3. Replace with empowering faith. Faith takes repetition. Craft new beliefs like, I am becoming the leader I need to be. My voice matters. Success is not just for them. It's for me. Write them. Speak them. Visualize them clearly. Reinforce with emotion. 4. Stack new proof. Take actions, even tiny ones, that align with a new belief. Each time, you're stacking faith. You're sending a signal to your brain. This is who I am now. Chapter 6. Ancient Wisdom and Modern Power. Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius wrote, the soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. That's not poetry. That's psychology. Your identity, your results, even your energy, they're all colored by your deepest beliefs. And just like dye, the change starts small, until it stains you entirely. The modern high performer understands this. That's why they guard their thoughts with intensity. That's why they feed their faith with mentors, books, podcasts, morning rituals. Because doubt doesn't have to scream. It creeps. And if you don't feed your faith daily, your doubt will eat it alive. Final chapter, a call to radical faith. Right now, you're standing at the edge of who you were and who you could become. Faith versus doubt. A choice. Not dramatic, not loud, but the consequences echo for years. So ask yourself, what would it look like if I actually believed in myself? What would I try, create, become, if I truly acted from faith? Faith is taking the first step even when you don't see the whole staircase. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Take the step. Because here's what they'll never tell you. Success doesn't start with strategy. It starts with belief. You're not too late. You're not too broken. And the old voices in your head, they were never yours to begin with. This is your revolution, and it starts with one act of faith. If you like this video, thumbs up and share with your friends. Don't forget subscribe to the Wisdom Foundry.